Experience divine healing, 7 days of miraculous sleep meditation for supernatural anxiety relief. As Anna sat in the modest congregation, sunlight flooded through the vibrant stained glass, casting heavenly hues over her weary heart. She had always trusted in the divine, faith was her compass. Yet now, as the pastor spoke with fervor about miraculous healings and divine intervention, she felt like a candle flickering in a tempest. Could there be a way for her despair to transform into something magnificent? With each word, an echo resounded in her spirit, a glimmer of hope amidst the shadows of anxiety that had rooted deeply within her. The pastor's voice rose, recounting tales of believers miraculously healed after years of suffering. People leapt from their seats, hands raised, eyes aglow with divine energy. Anna's heart raced. Could it be? Was there truly a path to liberation from her suffocating fears? A gentle nudge whispered within her, urging her towards faith's embrace, a 7-day journey fueled by meditation and prayer, entrusting her burdens to God. That night, Anna lay down, heartsick yet full of yearning. Each evening meditative practice washed over her like waves, urging her to leave her worries at the feet of Saint Michael, her steadfast protector. The first night, her tired mind rebelling, chaotic thoughts danced in her head like shadows in a dark alley, a nightly struggle separating her restless spirit from the serene peace she sought. But still, she tried. Each breath became a prayer, each heartbeat whispering, "Trust." As the days progressed, supernatural elements began to weave into her nights. On the second night, she felt warmth envelop her like a divine cloak, caressing her anxiety away, if only for a moment. It was as if sacred hands were molding her fears into clay, reshaping her pain. But like a mirage, the moment slipped from her grasp, leaving her desperate for more. Before we continue, I need to tell you about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue, but soon, her self-doubt surged like a river. Night 3 and 4 saw her battling a relentless torrent of racing thoughts while reaching out for a lifeline. She tried every strategy, the calming scents, the gentle music, but sleep eluded her like a playful spirit. Yet, in the depth of her heart, a stubborn ember of faith ignited. What if surrender revealed an unseen strength? Could this truly be God's promise? By the 7th night, Anna stood firm among her community, anticipation tangling with anxiety. As she shared her journey in fervent prayer, a palpable calm settled, weaving itself through the room. It was here, in this sacred gathering, a whisper stirred in her soul. Peace descended like morning light, revealing profound truth. Trust does not come easy, but divine mercy breaks through barriers of doubt like daybreak upon the night. But just as the promise of healing swept through her, the familiar specter of doubt haunted her heart once more. Would this moment last? Would it resonate beyond this sacred space? Could she, a devoted mother still battling her inner storms, lead others to believe that hope is not just a fleeting prayer? A hush fell over the congregation, the air thrumming with expectancy, drawing them all closer to her fate, yet leaving Anna questioning if this was truly the beginning of her miraculous journey. The stillness in the room deepened, and Anna felt each breath she took resound as a prayer in her very core. Her heart beat steadily now, encouraged by the faith that surrounded her. The congregation seemed to hold its collective breath, a tapestry woven from years of hope and longing. The pastor's voice grew softer, more intimate, as he spoke of the still, small voice of God. Anna felt that voice echo in her own heart, a reminder that faith could indeed conquer even the doubting shadows within. In her next meditation, something changed. The air thickened with the presence of something beautiful. Anna closed her eyes and summoned forth her challenges, one by one. She offered her fears like fragrant incense, hoping to release them heavenly. In that moment, she felt her spirit lifting, as though invisible wings began to unfold. Each chant she whispered turned her burdens into light, each mantra scattering her anxieties like leaves in the autumn wind. Could it truly be this simple? days transformed into nights, and with each evening, Anna sank deeper into the tranquility she sought. On the fourth night, she bathed in the golden light streaming through her window, a divine embrace that promised renewal. The world around her stayed silent, yet within her, a symphony of healing played. Faith beckoned her closer, and she surrendered herself to the warmth. She could almost hear the whispers of angels celebrating the flicker of her newfound courage. On the fifth night, Anna invited others into her sanctuary. She shared her story, her struggles, and her triumphs over the chaos within. A few joined her, and they formed a circle of prayer. Connection blossomed among them like wildflowers in a spring meadow. Their words filled the air with holy affirmation. In that moment, Anna understood, healing is not solitary, it thrives in community. As she transitioned into the sixth evening, she felt a profound lesson weaving its way into her heart. While staring up at the stars, an awe-filled realization hit her: she was not alone in this battle. Every soul in the congregation carried their own burdens, and together, they could lighten one another's loads. She had the strength of her faith and the support of her brothers and sisters in Christ. How wondrous, she thought, that God equips us with each other. The seventh night approached, and with it, electrifying anticipation. Anna gathered with her community once more, each person resonating with shared energy, ready for a pivotal moment. The pastor's voice rang out powerfully as he led them through prayers of expectation. They held hands, and a surge of unity pulsed through the room, an electric thread weaving their hearts together as one. But just then, a shadow flickered in Anna's mind. Would the heavens answer her cries? Was healing only a fleeting moment to be experienced here, or a lasting gift to be carried into the future? Doubt crept in, wrapping itself around her heart, twisting her faith into uncertainty. As prayers filled the air, however, Anna felt a gentle touch like a hand on her shoulder, reassuring, affirming. In that instant, a question fluttered through her mind, wanting to take root. What if this journey was just the beginning? The answer swiftly eluded her, a divine mystery wrapped in promise. It coursed through the atmosphere, humming like a song of hope. Anna stood there, heart open wide, ready for the unexpected, aware that God had not finished with her yet. In that sacred gathering, would they uncover the manifestation of healing? Or would they discover that true healing involves a deeper understanding of faith itself? The evening air felt electric, charged with the potential of what could unfold. Anna stood amid her beloved community, knowing deep down that something profound awaited them. The pastor began to lead them in a chant, the phrases flowing like a river carried on the breath of each believer. The sound wove around them, a cocoon of hope and warmth. Suddenly, Anna's doubt seemed distant, floating away like clouds on a windy day. She closed her eyes again, focusing on the rhythm of her heart, feeling the collective pulse of faith beside her. Healing is possible, she murmured quietly, as if whispering a secret to the universe. In that moment, a wave of peace washed over her, one she could only compare to a quiet dawn breaking over the horizon. It was as if the light of a new day had begun to illuminate her soul. Yet, just as swiftly, she sensed a stirring within. Were they truly ready for all that God had in store? Anna opened her eyes and met the gazes of those around her. There was a mixture of determination and vulnerability, a shared weight of worries that mirrored her own. Let us ask for signs, the pastor encouraged, his voice steady and inspirational. Let us bring before God our expectations and our hopes. Whoever among you feels a burden, let us support you in this journey. Anna took a breath. Her heart raced as she raised her hand. I want to pray for clarity. I need to know if I'm on the right path. Her words hung in the air, every onlooker nodding in understanding. One by one, others rose to share their burdens, their prayers blossoming like seeds in fertile soil. Each struggle unveiled became a testament to their collective strength. The tension that had once bound them felt like threads unfurling. Shadows scattered in the glow of shared honesty. Then, something unexpected happened. A soft voice broke through their prayers. I received a vision, spoke a woman, her eyes gleaming. I saw a garden, alive with light. It was strange and yet beautiful, filled with every color. It felt like a promise of new life. Anna's heart quickened. Could this vision be a sign? She remembered the promise of renewal, of healing, how God sometimes spoke to his people through glimpses of hope, through visions that transformed hearts. Maybe that garden is where we're meant to grow, together, she replied, the weight of wonder sitting heavily in her chest. Emboldened, others began to share their dreams and visions too. Each testimony echoed a divine connection, reinforcing their shared journey. It painted a vibrant picture of faith, a fulfillment of those quiet promises they all yearned for. As they moved deeper into their prayers, Anna felt a stirring within her, a call to action. "Let us meet again tomorrow," she suggested, her voice infused with enthusiasm. "Let us cultivate this garden God showed you, nurturing our faith, touching our worries, and planting seeds of hope." The congregation agreed, resolved and invigorated. But still, a flicker of unease danced around the edges of Anna's heart. What awaited them in that garden? Would they truly experience healing, or would they be faced with challenges yet unknown? As the final notes of their worshipful prayers hung in the air, Anna felt a light touch of warmth brush against her cheek, a gentle reminder of God's presence. But deep down, she sensed that the journey was just beginning. The garden lay ahead, filled with mysteries yet to be unearthed. What pathways would they explore together? Would they find the healing they sought, or would they discover something even greater? The next day dawned bright and hopeful. Anna awoke with a gentle warmth in her heart, as though the garden she envisioned was already beginning to bloom within her. She quietly slipped out of bed, leaving the world behind as she turned her thoughts toward the gathering that lay ahead. Her mind raced with possibilities. What would they discover together? What seeds of faith would take root? As the sun climbed higher, painting the sky with breathtaking hues, Anna found herself reflecting on the vision shared the night before. That garden, alive with vibrant colors, mirrored her drive for renewal. Each shade represented the stories and hopes of her community, intertwining like branches of an ancient tree. She could almost hear the whispers of promises carried on the morning breeze, calling her forth. With her heart steady and spirit stirring, Anna made her way to the place where they would meet again. The church was already alive with chatter, friends greeting one another with smiles that radiated hope. She felt a current of excited energy flow through her as they gathered, the air humming with anticipation. "Let us remember the vision," began the pastor, his voice rich with conviction. "The garden we spoke of is not just a metaphor, it is a reality we can create through faith and unity. Together, we will cultivate it." Anna felt the urgency in his tone. He was inviting them to imagine the garden not just as a dream but as a mission. The congregation gathered closer, fingers interlocked, their palms warm against one another. "I feel called to take action," Anna declared, her voice ringing clear among the group. "What if we start working towards our vision, preparing our hearts to receive what God has planned for us?" Encouraged murmurs floated around her, a collective yearning encapsulated in that moment. They brainstormed together, their voices weaving a tapestry of ideas. Plans emerged like roots breaking through the soil. Community projects, prayer circles, and acts of kindness to nurture their garden within and without. Anna's heart soared as she heard the excitement. The vision was growing clearer, and with each suggestion, it transformed from a simple image into a blueprint for their lives. But amidst the flurry of enthusiasm, a shadow of doubt crept along the edges of Anna's heart. What if they ventured forth and found obstacles instead of the blooming garden they hoped for? What if their prayers went unanswered? Yet she brushed those thoughts aside. Fear feared the light of faith. Suddenly, a hush fell over the group. A young man, his eyes bright with sincerity, rose from his seat. "I have something to share," he said. "I didn't think much of it at first, but I woke up with a poem last night. It speaks of hope, a promise of perseverance." He cleared his throat and recited the words, each stanza weaving through the air, wrapping around the hearts present with a tender strength. Anna felt tears prick at the corners of her eyes. The poem spoke to the garden that had been planted, the healing they sought. It reminded them that every seed had its own time to sprout, to reach for the sun. As he finished, applause erupted, joy saturated the air. The weight of vulnerability transformed into a shared strength, an acknowledgement of their journey. They were not alone, they were bound by faith and love, embracing the divine adventure ahead of them. In that moment of connection, Anna felt a flame ignite within her. Perhaps they would face challenges, but they would face them together. With God at the center, the garden they nurtured would be abundant and flourishing. Let us pray, the pastor urged, signaling their collective commitment. As they bowed their heads, Anna felt a warm light envelop her, whispering promises of hope. The garden awaited them, serene and waiting. But what storms would they have to weather before the blooms arrived? Would they have the strength to see it through? As their prayers rose like incense, Anna was left pondering the mysteries ahead. What would arise from their efforts? Would they find the divine healing they sought? Or might there be unforeseen wonders lurking in the shadows, ready to redefine their journey? As the last notes of their prayers lingered in the air, Anna understood that the gathering had sown a deeper connection among them. They were more than a group, they were a community prepared to cultivate faith, love, and hope, a collective heartbeat echoing the divine purpose they sought. With every idea shared, a spark ignited in each heart. They could feel the potential rising, breathing life into each thought of service. Nearby, a woman named Jane, known for her kindness, spoke up, her voice steady. What if we create a community garden, right here behind the church? We can plant flowers and vegetables. Everyone can help, and we could share the harvest. Gasps of excitement spread through the group. Anna could picture the garden growing lush and full, with laughter mingling among the rows of stems, each plant speaking of connection and resilience. The vision took shape, twining together dreams and prayers that covered the field like the sunlit petals of daisies. Encouragement flooded the space as ideas bounced between them like playful breezes. Someone else suggested a regular prayer walk around the neighborhood, a way to breathe life into their outreach and invite blessings to flow freely. In those moments, Anna felt a divine energy flowing through the gathering, touching everyone present. Here they were gathered in faith, hearts wide open, each unique story intertwining like threads in a beautiful tapestry. But with every blossoming idea came whispers of hesitation. It was Henry, a quieter member of the group, who spoke up again. What if it's not enough? What if we can't handle what comes our way? His brow knitted with concern, contrasting the smiles surrounding him. Anna met his gaze, feeling his uncertainty resonate within her. It's true, we might face challenges. But remember the story of the mustard seed, she replied, her voice warm and steady. It starts small but grows into something magnificent. Our faith is like that, small yet powerful. Encouragement pulsed through the assembled hearts as the pastor chimed in, his voice igniting hope. We can cultivate patience. Just as a garden needs time, so does our faith. Each of you has talents to contribute, blessings to share. We will support one another throughout the process, just like nurturing our plants until they bear fruit. His words echoed in Anna's mind, entwining with her visions of the garden. With each shared testimony and moment of clarity, they built momentum like vines reaching for the sun, daring to dream bigger. As the gathering drew to a close, they decided to meet again the following week. With plans laid out, excitement bubbled within Anna, but shadowy doubt still lurked in the corners of her mind. Would their unity hold in the face of adversity? Would the garden they envisioned truly come to life? As she stepped outside, the sun nestled in the horizon, painted the sky in strokes of gold and crimson. Anna savored the beauty, feeling the warmth wrap around her like a comforting blanket. She whispered a prayer, a small offering of faith, that the journey ahead would bring them closer to their garden and to each other. But as she walked away, a still, small voice nudged her heart. What if the journey itself held greater treasures than the garden they sought? What if each challenge became a lesson in faith? The mysteries of God's plans swirled around her, igniting an insatiable curiosity. What miraculous transformations awaited them, hidden beneath the layers of their unfolding story? Would they discover the strength and boldness to step into the unknown together? So many questions danced on the tips of her thoughts, urging her to seek, to believe, and to embrace the adventure that lay ahead. As the days passed, anticipation hummed in the air. Anna and the community buzzed like bees discovering a new bloom. Each moment between meetings felt like a seed waiting to sprout, the promise of what was to come filling their hearts. When they gathered again, the sun hung bright, casting shadows that danced with joy across the familiar ground. Anna took her place among them, her spirit lifted, ready to embrace whatever was in store. They shared stories over warm drinks, voices blending harmoniously like a well-rehearsed choir, each note contributing to a beautiful melody of unity and purpose. Jane stood up, her eyes sparkling with an eagerness that was contagious. "Let us start this garden together. We can meet every Saturday. Let us bring tools, seeds, and maybe some snacks. Maybe we can even invite our neighbors to join us." Her enthusiasm ignited the room. It felt infectious, rooting deep into the souls of those present, yet, amid the excitement, the whisper of uncertainty lingered. Henry cleared his throat, his brow furrowed once more. "What if we make mistakes? What if the plants don't grow? What if we can't handle the work?" His voice trembled, exposing his fears. But before Anna could respond, another voice rose above the rest. It was Sarah, known for her gentle spirit. "But what if we're wrong? What if we find something beautiful growing in the midst of our missteps? Each plant has a story, just like us. What if we learn to trust in the journey, no matter how uncertain?" Her words swirled in the air, piercing the veil of doubt that hung like a fog. Anna could feel the warmth of hope spreading through the group. The shift was palpable, faith was beginning to take the lead. It was a collective realization that the most beautiful blooms often come from the most challenging circumstances. Their laughter bubbled over, echoing like God's promise of joy. They began to brainstorm, each idea more ambitious than the last. As they worked through the logistics of their plans, Anna felt a sense of peace washed over her, weaving its way through her heart. God's presence felt intimate and close. Someone suggested adding a section for herbs, while another spoke of creating a small bench where people could sit and enjoy the beauty of their labor. With each new idea, the garden transformed from a simple patch of soil into a vibrant vision bursting with life and purpose. Through planning and sharing, their excitement swelled, lifting everyone higher. It was about more than just planting seeds, they were sowing seeds of love, community, and shared faith. They were digging deep roots, laying the groundwork for something that could flourish even in storms. Afterward, they took a moment to pray together, hands clasped in a circle, hearts unified in their intentions. Anna closed her eyes, feeling the warmth radiate from one person to another. In that sacred space, each heartbeat echoed with promises of hope and love. It was in those shared whispers, those fragile moments, the divine moved freely among them. But as they parted ways, Anna caught sight of a solitary flower pushing its way through a crack in the pavement, struggling valiantly for sunlight. It struck her like a light bulb. What if this garden wouldn't just be a source of nourishment but also a living metaphor for resilience? Could they, like that flower, face whatever the world threw their way and still thrive? Anna's heart raced, drawing her to contemplate the strength found in vulnerability, the resilience to grow beyond barriers. The way forward was still shrouded in mystery, a divine puzzle waiting to be pieced together. What storms might they weather, and what revelations awaited in the midst of their journey? Anna could hardly contain her excitement, a spark within ignited anew, as they stepped into the labor of love together. When Saturday rolled around, the morning sun rose gently, painting the sky in hues of gold and lavender. The air was crisp, pregnant with promise. Anna awoke early, her heart racing with anticipation. Today was the day they would break ground together. She could already feel the energy of the community bubbling beneath the surface, a sacred force waiting to unite them in a common purpose. As she made her way to the garden site, she could see familiar faces congregating, tools in hand and smiles bright. Each person's excitement filled the space like music, a symphony of hope and love harmonizing in the cool morning breeze. The scent of fresh earth hung in the air, wrapping around them like a holy embrace. "Shall we begin?" Jane called out, her voice buoyant, sparking the energy of those assembled. With a collective cheer, they all plunged into their tasks. There were hands digging and planting, laughter ringing out, and stories shared. Anna felt the divine weaving through their labor, making mundane chores feel like sacred rituals. Then came a moment of stillness. Anna looked around and saw the joy painted on each face. Henry, who had expressed doubt last week, was lifting heavy bags of soil with an unexpected grin. The community was growing together, like seeds taking root. As they worked, Anna felt an inner gentle nudge from the Spirit. A thought sparked in her mind: what if this garden not only nurtured plants but nurtured their souls as well? What if they could create a space of healing, where hearts could bloom alongside the flowers? Midway through the day, Anna gathered everyone around a small patch they had cleared. What if we dedicated this space for prayer and reflection? She proposed, her heart racing with the thought. A place where we can come together and share our burdens with each other, while sowing seeds of prayer for those we love. Sarah's eyes sparkled at the idea. We could set up a little altar right here. It could be a place for people to leave their written prayers, or stones to symbolize what they wish to surrender to God. The group nodded, a wave of approval washing over them. With newfound determination, they started designing the spot, collecting smooth stones from the surrounding area, crafting a makeshift altar that radiated warmth and intention. Just then, a child's laughter broke through the air. One of the neighbor kids had run into the area, curiosity shining in her eyes. "What are you all doing?" she asked, her face alight with wonder. "We're making a garden where love and prayer can grow," Anna responded, kneeling down to the girl's level. "Would you like to help us create a praying corner?" Without hesitation, the girl nodded eagerly, rushing to pick up a stone. Anna's heart swelled. This was not only about cultivating plants, it was also about cultivating faith and connection, about drawing in unexpected generations. As they pressed further into their work, the clouds overhead began to shift, transforming from a soft blue to hues of gray. A gentle breeze whispered through the trees, serving as a reminder that life is unpredictable. "Let's pause for a moment," Anna said, sensing a change in the atmosphere. They gathered close, hands clasped in a circle again, heads bowed. Anna prayed for guidance, for unity, and for the strength to face whatever storms might come. Anna opened her eyes to see the children beaming, the adults reflecting on their prayers. The collective spirit was palpable. Just as she felt the warmth of togetherness, a distant rumble echoed through the air, a whisper from the heavens. "What was that?" someone murmured, eyes wide with apprehension. "Perhaps a reminder that life is filled with storms," Anna replied, her heart steady with faith. "But what if we carry the light of community within us? What if this space becomes a sanctuary, brimming with hope?" The question hung in the air, electrifying them. They stood united, minds casting visions of resilience, eager to weather challenges as one. As they ended their gathering for the day, the beauty of their labor spread out before them, a lush canvas of budding hope. But Anna felt another rush of excitement. What would tomorrow bring? Would the storm strengthen them, reveal new truths, or show them paths they hadn't yet imagined? Each heartbeat raced with the thrill of possibility. What mysteries were waiting to unfold beneath the soil of their faith? As they dispersed, the seeds of their devotion already begun to sprout, the next chapter of their journey shimmered just beyond the horizon. The next day dawned with a heavy sky. Thick clouds loomed, casting long shadows over the garden. Anna awoke feeling an inexplicable weight on her heart, a tension brewing like a coming storm. She quickly dressed and made her way back to the garden, her spirit willing to embrace whatever lay ahead. As she approached, the sounds of familiar voices greeted her, though they were tinged with a somber undertone. Many had arrived early, armed with tools, but there were whispers of trepidation in the air. Henry stood by the altar they had created, his brow furrowed. "It feels different today," he spoke quietly, glancing up at the darkening sky. "I can't shake this feeling." "Me too," Anna admitted, her heart aching at his words. But along with anything that challenges us, we have to remember the promise of unity and strength. Perhaps this is a chance to dig deeper, not just into the earth, but into our own hearts. Just then, the first drops of rain began to fall, gentle at first, then picking up speed like soft footsteps glorying in their arrival. Anna felt the rain merging with her worries, washing away doubt. "Let us gather around the altar," she urged, holding out her hand, with rain pattering on their heads. Anna led them in a circle. God brings rain for growth, she said, her voice firm, cutting through the hesitation. Let us not fear this storm. Let us allow it to cleanse us and nourish our dreams. Together, they bowed their heads as Anna prayed aloud, asking for strength in unity and courage in faith. She spoke of the garden being a refuge, a sacred space where every drop of rain would nurture not just the plants, but their hearts as well. As Anna prayed, the tension in the air melted, and with each word, the community felt drawn closer. Then a child's voice broke through their solemn moment. It was the little girl from the day before, her face painted with curiosity. Are we still making the praying corner? She asked, oblivious to the rain soaking her clothes. Her innocence sparked something new. Yes, sweet one. We still can, Anna responded, a smile breaking the seriousness of the moment. Why not make it even better? Let us use the rain as our blessing, as a sign of connection to our Creator. With the spirit refreshed, the group sprang into action despite the drizzling rain. They gathered stones, leaves, and bits of wood, transforming their altar into a vibrant collage. As each person added their piece, they shared stories of healing and hope, laughter rising above the rhythmic drumming of raindrops. The clouds began to part, allowing beams of sunlight to stream through, illuminating their work. Look! Sarah pointed, eyes wide with wonder. It's like God is smiling on us. They all looked up, witnessing the sun piercing through the gray, illuminating each one of them in its golden warmth. Anna's heart soared as she absorbed the beauty of this moment, a divine reminder that even through the storms, light would prevail. Just then, a loud crack of thunder resonated above, and laughter mixed with gasps filled the air. Someone raised their hands and shouted, "Bring on the storms. We are not afraid." Anna's heart danced. This was more than just a resilient gathering, it was a living testament to their faith and trust in one who nourishes both soil and soul. In that inexorable moment, the rain felt sacred, a baptism of sorts for their community. Yet, beneath the joy, an undercurrent of uncertainty nestled in her spirit. What other storms might come their way, and would they be prepared? As Anna caught Sarah's eye, she felt the question linger: was this just the beginning of trials yet to be faced? The community buzzed around her, vibrant and strong, but Anna couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the cusp of something incredibly important. What lessons would the storms teach them? Which roots would deepen in the coming winds? The garden, with its altar and prayers, echoed the urgency of their journey. The beauty of their moment shimmered, but did they truly grasp what lay ahead? They had weathered one storm, yet what would the next reveal? As tattered leaves fluttered in the breeze, everything seemed to hold its breath, waiting for their next move. The air felt electric as Anna stood among her friends. They had discovered resilience together, but now, uncertainty hung like a heavy mist. What would this new chapter of their journey hold? As the sun spilled its golden light across the garden, she felt an invitation to explore the deeper mysteries of faith. While the vibrant colors of the altar gleamed, Anna's heart tugged at the thought of what each person had offered. The weight of everyone's stories, their hopes, and their fears melded into a tapestry of faith around that sacred space. It became more than just an altar, it was a living testimony of growth, vulnerability, and connection. Let us take a moment to share what this garden means to us, Anna suggested, hoping to ground everyone amid the whirlwind of feelings. She looked at Henry, whose eyes mirrored her own swirling thoughts. What are we really building here? Henry stepped forward, his voice steady. It's a reminder that in every storm, we find shelter in one another. Through our struggles, we uncover strength and joy. But we must not forget that storms can also shape us. His words resonated within the group. Each person began to express their own heart, recounting tales of personal storms. There were tears and laughter, love and healing. Sarah shared, "I came here to feel less alone, and now, I feel more connected than ever." In that moment, Anna understood. The garden was not simply a physical space, it mirrored the soulful journey they were all on. "Perhaps the storms bring us gifts," she whispered, feeling the truth sink deeper within her. As they continued to share, Anna felt a wave of gratitude wash over her. The past trials, the struggles they had endured as individuals and as a community, had only led them to this beautiful sanctuary. Each raindrop that had fallen, whether gentle or harsh, held significance. Suddenly, another clap of thunder rolled across the sky, cutting through their heartfelt exchange. Everyone glanced upward with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. The clouds darkened once more, a reminder of nature's unpredictability. "Let us embrace this," Anna said, holding her hands in the air, palms open to receive whatever followed. "Every storm invites us to seek deeper understanding. Let us be brave. Let us allow this weather to inspire us." With renewed purpose, they returned to their work, each stroke of the hand carrying forth a prayer for courage and faith, building not just a prayer corner, but a community willing to face whatever storms awaited them. And then, as if in response to their collective heart, a strange calm settled on the garden. Even the wind appears to bow slightly, and the thunder softened into a distant rumble. It was as if heaven itself were drawing close, listening intently. As the final stone found its place, Anna noticed something shimmering in the center of their altar, a small, delicate feather, bright and glowing with an otherworldly light. Her breath caught in her throat. Was this a sign? "What does it mean?" someone softly asked, eyes wide in wonder. As murmurs of speculation danced around them, Anna felt a stirring deep within, a sense that this feather was no ordinary gift. The community had created space for the divine, and now it seemed the heavens were offering something in return. Questions swirled in her mind, mixing with the thrill of anticipation. What divine message was hidden in that small, radiant token? What new journey awaited them, and how were they to interpret the offering it represented? The feather glimmered brightly, a symbol of hope and possibility, but Anna knew there was more to discover. What secrets would this rain-soaked garden continue to reveal? She took a deep breath, feeling the collective energy of their unity. "Let us seek the answer together," she proposed, feeling the weight of the divine mystery pressing against her heart. The moment lingered, enveloping them in sacred hush, inviting spiritual exploration as they prepared for whatever came next. The sun rose the next morning, casting soft rays of warmth over the garden, now vibrant with the signs of recent nurturing. Anna awoke with a mixture of excitement and anticipation, her spirit soaring with the possibility of what lay ahead. Each day since they began this journey had been woven into a tapestry of faith and connection, and today felt like a crucial chapter in their unfolding story. As she approached the garden, Anna saw the feather, still resting on the altar, glowing softly in the morning light. It seemed to beckon her closer. Her heart raced. What was its message? Could it be a sign of guidance, a whisper from the divine? Gathering the community, Anna felt a rush of purpose. "Brothers and sisters," she began, her voice steady. "This feather appeared after our last storm. It feels significant. Together, let us seek what God is telling us through it." Curiosity and reverence filled the air as the members of the congregation surrounded the altar. A sense of sacred unity enveloped them, each heart open to divine revelation. "What if we take this feather, representing hope and faith, and weave our thoughts around it?" suggested Sarah, her eyes shimmering. "It could symbolize our journey." Anna nodded, her heart swelling with pride for her community. "Let us gather our prayers and intentions, each one a thread woven into this beautiful tapestry we are creating together." One by one, the members offered their reflections and aspirations, speaking into the gathering like sacred incense rising to the heavens. Each voice entwined with the next, creating a harmonious chorus of hopes, fears, and dreams. "I hope for strength in my family," Henry shared, vulnerability stark on his face. "Each storm we weather makes us more resilient." "I pray for healing in our community," chimed in Jane. "Let this garden not just grow flowers, but nurture bonds between us." As hearts opened, Anna felt an electric current flow among them. "This feather represents our commitment to faith," she said, holding it delicately. "We are not just gardeners tending to soil, we are cultivators of hope." In that moment, as they poured out their hearts, a wind stirred softly through the garden. The leaves rustled like whispers of agreement, and noise fell away as they soaked in the serenity of collective surrender to God's plan. Just then, the sun broke through the clouds again, painting the group in brilliant light. Their fear and doubts melted away, replaced by warmth and clarity. Encouraged by the divine presence, Anna felt emboldened. "If we are to grow, we need to act," she declared. "Let us not only focus on what we seek for ourselves but also how we can bless others, those who need a community like ours." Excitement rippled through the group. Ideas erupted around her like newfound blooms. They decided to host community prayer days and workshops in the garden, extend support to those in need, and engage in acts of kindness throughout the neighborhood. As Anna listened, a profound joy filled her soul. The garden had become a living symbol of their journey, a sanctuary nurtured by faith, not only among themselves but also reaching outward to embrace others. "Let us unveil the garden this Saturday," she suggested. "Invite everyone. Friends, neighbors, whoever needs hope." Their enthusiastic agreement swelled like melody, buoying Anna's spirit higher. They would gather again and present their beautiful creations, a sacred space not only for those present but everyone yearning for connection. As they prepared for the unveiling, Anna felt a thrill of anticipation. What blessings would unfold from this endeavor? How many souls might step through their gates, seeking refuge in community and faith? Every heartbeat pulsed with excitement at the thought of lives touching lives, a living testament of love and shared faith. The hours melted into days, each moment steeped in preparation and excitement. When Saturday finally dawned bright and blue, Anna looked at the garden with intense gratitude, each plant telling tales of resilience and hope, each stone speaking of the promises whispered. During prayer. As the hour approached, familiar faces appeared, the energy of joy palpable in the air. The scent of blooming flowers wafted gently as Anna greeted them, a warm smile spread across her face. Children laughed and played, chasing one another, while adults mingled, embracing the beautiful community itself. The pastor stepped forward, beaming with encouragement. "This garden isn't simply about the plants, it's about what we become together." His voice rolled like a gentle wave, washing over them. Anna felt her heart swell as they unraveled their stories that melded into the fabric of this space, threading joy and struggles with each shared word. In those moments, she realized the truth: a garden is a reflection of the divine, blossoming from the nurturing of sacred hearts. As they prayed for the success of their garden and the connections it would foster, Anna closed her eyes, feeling the warmth of every hand around her, each person an essential part of this beautiful tapestry they were weaving. "Thank you, God," she whispered, tears of joy filling her eyes, "for leading us to this moment, a community blooming together in faith." As the final notes of their prayers drifted into the warm breeze, Anna sensed the garden's promise extending beyond the soil. They were now seeds of hope, ready to be scattered into the world, and as the sun poured down, illuminating their gathering in golden light, Anna understood that this wasn't just the end, it was a glorious beginning. Together, they would cultivate a magnificent future, grounded in faith, warmth, and divine love. The garden beneath their feet was merely the start, a pathway leading to everlasting growth. Now, beloved listener, this is your moment to join the journey. Subscribe immediately to the channel to not miss the next exclusive faith stories. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm, showing the power of community and faith. Comment below your thoughts and testimonies about how this journey has resonated with your own life. Share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this manifestation. You need to subscribe now. This is the moment to show your support. Don't wait even one more second to share. True servants of God understand the importance of spreading the good news.